Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is the first time you've seen me. Today's look, I just wanted to do something a little bit glam but sort of not too overdone. Just add in a pop of colour, nothing too crazy. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed kind of putting this together, and I hope you enjoy it too. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see how I have created this look, then just keep on watching. Hey, so today I just want to do something a little bit kind of glam and with a little bit of colour. I keep seeing everyone using the new Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, and it's got some beautiful colours in. Some real sort of like out there beautiful blues and sort of the purples and things, and I just wanted to see if there was something that I could recreate, maybe a similar kind of look with some bits and pieces that I've already got. Obviously I've done my brows and the one eye. I just want to sort of make sure I knew what I was going to do with the one eye, so I'm going to carry on and do the other eye. First I'm just going to zoom in a little bit actually, just so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so the first colour that I went in with, just as a base colour, it was from this Revolution palette. It is the Iconic Pro 2 palette. Looks like these, so it's got a nice selection of colours in. I'm just going to go in with one of the lighter shades here, just as a sort of starting transition shade, and just sort of put that all over my lid. And just build up that colour. It's just a sort of pale, pinky, slightly browny toned kind of colour. It's just going to be a good colour to start off with. As I always do, I'm going to take it all over and take it right out to my eyebrow, just to sort of elongate the eye a little bit. And you can kind of really build up that colour. Okay, the next colour I'm going to go in is this shade here, a slightly darker toned kind of pinky brown. I'm going to use the same brush. This is just it's my Zoeva 142. It's actually a buffer brush, concealer brush, but hey ho. And I'm just going to concentrate that slightly more on the outer corner. Just going to start building up the darkness on the corner of the eye. Now the next shade that I took from the same palette, I'm going to swap brushes. I'm going to go in with this dark colour here. It's kind of a dark mauvey kind of purple colour. And I'm just going to swap over to a slightly more detailed brush, which is a Zoeva 227 soft definer brush, just so I can kind of get a little bit more definition, and it's not going to go sort of as all over the place as I wanted the transition colours to go. I'm going to concentrate this much more in the crease and outer corner, and just build up a bit of a sort of cat eye shape and go down to the lash line. This is just going to give a little bit of extra definition and sort of, you know, a bit of a, you can see it developing already, a bit of a kind of cat eye look when you open up the eye. Now, because I'd sort of introduced a little bit of purple into it, I actually really wanted to use these two items today, and one of them is the NYX Vivid Brights cream colour. I'm going to take it just on the end of my finger. This one is really creamy, like really creamy, so you only need a tiny little bit, and I'm just going to put it on the sort of inner corner and centre of my eye. It's almost like a concealer sort of formula. Just going to take it as if you would maybe start doing like a cut crease, but I'm just going to do it on my finger, and then it kind of blends in a bit better, right into the inner corner. I'm just going to use a sort of clean finger and just smudge it out a little bit so it's blended in. I'm going to go back in afterwards and sort of darken it back up again. But just for the moment, you've got that kind of lightness, the kind of lavender colour. It's actually in the shade, it's in the shade Sugar Rush, so it's kind of like a purpley lavendery colour. Nice pastel colour. Okay, now with that kind of being a little bit wet, what I'm going to do is actually go in with this colour here. I really like the way this blue goes on top of it. It's just this middle blue here. It kind of gives a nice wash of just kind of like turquoisey blue over the top, but you can still sort of see the kind of purple underneath. So I'm just going to take that on my finger as well, and it will just cling to the blue, the purple. I'm just going to kind of concentrate it on the middle bit. And I still want to be able to see a little bit of the purple coming through on either side, so I'm just going to really concentrate it in the middle. The other colour that I'm going to take, just to mattify the cream that I used on the corner, is out of this, it's a Primark nudes palette, like this. It's just got a couple of these sort of light purpley pinky sort of shimmer shades here. So I'm going to go in and take this one here, this middle one. It's kind of like a light mauvey colour, and just use that on my finger too, just to sort of set the inner corner. And just take that kind of up, because it can kind of almost be a little bit of an inner corner highlight too. And then it's just about going back in and kind of blending it all together really again. About getting back some of that intensity from the dark corner. And then it's like a kind of tricolour on your lids, sort of going from the lighter to a nice pop of colour in the middle, then to sort of a bit of a smoky eye on the outside. I am going to just put a little bit of inner corner highlight and on the brow bone as well, and I'm going to take the lightest shade out of Back to This Iconic thingy, and just take this sort of white shimmer shade here, just a tiny bit, just to lighten up the inner corner still. So it's really about kind of making it like a gradient effect, going from light, very lightest, to darkest on the outer corner. And just a matter of blending it all together. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in and put some lashes on. Hi, so I'm back. I've just put my lashes on, and as you can see, just sort of, you know, you can just kind of see a lovely pop of colour. So I'm just going to go in and do the rest of my makeup now. Foundation that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 130. So I'm just going to go in on the back of my hand. I'm just going to use my Morphe 439 foundation brush. Just cover up all that redness and blemishes. I'm just going to do my under eye concealer with the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer. This is in the shade Lemon though, it's a slightly yellow based one. It's really nice and light for an under eye concealer, so just going to put that in all the usual places. And blend it all out with my beauty blender. I've not found a better way of blending out my concealer than with a damp sponge. And I know it looks like I've got a bright under eye at the moment, but it's all going to be okay. Once it's all blended out and you've kind of added in the bronzer, I'm just going to set it with my pressed, primed and ready pressed setting powder from Collection, just so it's not moving anywhere. Just a little bit in all the places that I've highlighted, especially on my nose. I know I'm still looking very stark around here. It is going to get better. I don't need to be so close in anymore. Hang on a moment. Look at the difference between my face and the chest. It's going to get better, I promise. I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my Maybelline Matte Maker in the shade Natural Beige. I think I better contour now. I'm going to bronze up with a large Real Techniques powder brush, and just going to go in with a MUA bronzed Perfection. It's just a matte bronzer. I'm going to go in and do the matte bronzer today and give myself a bit of colour. Try and match me up a little bit. Okay, I know I'm still looking pretty pale, but honestly I don't look that pale in real life. The under eye eyeshadow I'm just going to add in, actually, let's just zoom in a tiny bit more just for that, is the kind of colours that I went in on the top but the reverse on the bottom. So what I'm going to go in with is the Iconic one. I'm just going to go in with this colour here, one of the slightly darker ones. I'm not just going to start with the lightest one. This slightly darker one here. I'm just going to use a fluffy blending brush and just take some on the edge and just add it in underneath. And just sort of smoke it out a little bit on the outer corner. I'm going to take it right in, but just have it mainly on the edge. I'm just going to darken it up still with a sort of little flat sort of shader brush and use that purple colour that we used earlier just on the outer corners, and just darken up like the lash line a little. Just sort of on the outer half. I'm just going to do the bottom lashes with the same mascara that I used to do the top ones, which is just the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Just give them a coat on the bottom. So now I am just going to do a little bit of contouring with my NYX Contour and Highlight palette. I always use the same brush, I know, but I'm going to use the NARS Itter brush and just take these two shades here, the lightest two. Have a nice bit of definition in the cheekbone. I always sort of like curl it round to give me a bit of a curved cheek like this. I kind of feel like if I've got that kind of bit of definition here, it kind of makes your jaw stick out and like feel a little bit like more chiseled. So I'm just going to go in and do my nose too. So that's the contour done. I'm going to use my Milani Luminoso blusher. This is my faves. Give me a bit of extra colour so I don't look so bright white. I don't look bright white in my thingy, in my mirror. It's just the light making me look like that. Last bit, best bit. Highlight. I'm going to take my Morphe M501 highlighting brush and just use this one here. I think it's called Rodeo Drive. Just take a good bit of that on here and blend that out. And I want to take it right down to my cheeks just to give it a nice glow. I can't ever seem to sort of find that end point with the highlighting, so yeah, it's someone needs to take it off me. So this is the final look. It's kind of a, I don't know, glam kind of bit of a pop of colour in a spotlight area and just a bit of a smoky eye. It's not too overdone, I guess. Maybe you could leave the lashes off if you didn't want to feel so dressed up. But yes, this is the final look and I hope that you like it. It's something pretty easy to just recreate. As I say, I keep seeing people using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and it's got these kind of, you know, the blues and the purple colours in them. So it's just a way of recreating something like that without actually making the purchase. Yeah, I hope you liked the look and I hope you liked the video. And if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe because there are lots more videos to come. So yes, thank you very much and I will see you all again soon.